Hello, everybody, and thanks for joining again for this special live session. I'm Itzik Amiel, and we're here with a weekly Switch series called Switch It On, where we share ideas, insights, and inspiration to helping you as a professional to switch relationships to revenue, referrals, and reputation and stand out. And we are live, and you're very much invited to join us. So I could see you joining, and thank you for that. As you're just watching now, we're live. Don't join us. And I want to remind you all from the beginning that every strategy or solution we share in this episode, we can help you get much more out of it by advising your firm, mentor you or your colleagues, of course, and even execute it for you with our done for you services. So never be shy to ask any question you want during the session or even afterward, and get connected and let me add value to your practice, to your organization, to your career. Okay, so I hope you can make this agreement already from the beginning, because today we're going to be talking about the KISS principle, and specifically about how can the KISS principle boost the growth of your practice, especially in this year. Again, feel free to put in the chat box your name, where you're dialing from, so we and I could see who you are and definitely know that you are with me in the room. I could see you behind the scenes, but I would love to everybody could see. So put who you are, put your name, put where you're coming from. I would love to see that and share it with everybody else. Now, when I talk about the KISS principle, I know it firsthand because we as professionals love to complicate things, right? But here's the truth that I learned actually many years ago in my own practice and mentoring, thousands of other professionals doing all over the years, all over the world. This love affair with complexity is not good for professionals in the practice or in your career. Why? Because complexity can slow the growth of your practice down and really confuse your clients. And if you're a small medium practice, and if you're leading a small medium practice yourself, you probably wear many hats, right? And you have very limited time to deal with complexity as well. Correct? So you're aware of an effective marketing tool or business development tool, if you want, that your practice can use for virtually no cost and everybody loving it. So I decided to dedicate this episode to share with you how to use the simplification as your best friend. Because applying the KISS principle, as you will see, as you will learn in this episode, can really help improve your practice efficiency, enhance your client experience, and definitely drive your firm to success. So again, let me thank you, all of you, for joining us here. So wonderful. I already can see from 32 countries people joining. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for that. Again, you're very welcome to tell who you are, where you're from. And of course, if you have a question, put it as well in the chat, because I would love to answer your question. So first, let me explain at all in short what is the KISS principle, okay? But before I go deeper again, I want to say hi to those who are Jess, David, Anna, Lavon, Rose, Anastol, Adair, Madeira, Amore, Tahera, Mishin, Dovli, York, Bingo, Dubalikeni. I hope I pronounced your first name right. All of you joining, thank you very much for that. Again, please come stay with me because I have a lot to share with you also. Today, again, I'm speaking about the KISS principle. And I want to answer the first question I said is, what is the KISS principle? So the KISS principle, which has been around, I think, for decades, is design principle that stands for keep it simple and straightforward. Or some people say it's keep it short to simples, or keep it simple, stupid. Whatever it is, because it comes actually from the American Army, KISS is based on the premise that processes or system work best if they're kept simple. It's actually a reminder that simplicity should be the goal, and unnecessary complexity should be avoided also in our practices. So the next question I want to answer is, when talking about, of course, growing your practice, what are the benefits of this KISS principle, especially in 2024? So what are the benefits of the KISS principle? Again, yes, I can see you coming. I can thank you for the comments. Thank you for joining. Again, it is live. And again, we're speaking about how to boost your practice growth with the KISS principle. So what are the benefits of the KISS principle, I ask? When you keep things simple, there is more emphasis, on action. because fewer opportunities for problematic, if you say, complication, and more creativity in our war projects. Because the KISS principle, if you allow me to say, that is actually a game changer, especially when it comes to growing a law firm, and especially nowadays. So to help you see it more clearly, let me break it down and show you a few areas of your practice that how can simplicity can be the key to unlocking big wins and, of course, generating more referrals, practice clients, etc. And on purpose, I created a few points that are very practical that you could take and implement right away in your practice. So we keep it less theoretical, more practical. Then the first point is clear communication matters. Imagine this. You are at a fancy dinner party, okay? And someone starts using super fancy words you never heard before. Confusing, right? That's how potential clients feel when lawyers drown down to them in the legal jargon. And you know what I'm talking about. Now, with the KISS principle, we're talking about keeping it simple and clear. So you need to explain things in everyday language, so client actually understand what you're saying. There's no legal need for a legal dictionary if you want, just good old-fashioned communication. And I'm talking about your website, your emails, even your pitch should be crystal clear. Because trust me, people appreciate it when you speak their language, especially your clients. So very clear communication is absolutely a place where you can implement right away your keep simplicity or KISS principle. You want more? Okay. So the next area of your practice that can benefit from the KISS principle is number 2 is streamline your services. Let's be real. Nobody likes complicated stuff, right? So it's the same with professional services, our services. Instead of overwhelming your clients with a laundry list of services, simplify it. Focus on what you do best. And please don't worry, clients will come for more things, but you need to simplify it for them. Pick up a few core services and just rock them. Talk about them, share with them. Because it's like having a signature dish as a restaurant at the restaurant. People remember it. And what happened? They come back to eat the whole dinner, not just this dish. Simple, right? See, streamlining not only makes things easier for your clients, but also for you. Remember, less is more, my friend. Okay, so that's the next area. You want the next benefit of the KISS principle for growing your practice? So number 3 is embrace simplicity in tools. Again, if you have questions, please use the chat on there to ask the question so I could be constantly helping you out in order to really give you the answer. So please type it in for me, and because you cannot just record for me, I won't be able to answer it. But let's talk about the number 3 again. Number 3 is embrace simplicity in tools. So let's talk tech a second. In the digital age, also here simplicity is key, especially when it comes to managing cases and keeping your firm running like a well-oiled machine if you want. So I want you to invest in user-friendly, simple systems and communication tools. And those who are mentor, I'm sharing them every time we meet. A new simple tool will make life easier, because these technological buddies can help you stay organized, can help you communicate with clients seamlessly, and really even automate some routine tasks. So don't go for those complicated things, because you just make your life complicated. Look for simple tools, very specific tools. This is why I believe you should take different tools and not just buy a big system you don't know how to use. If you book simple tools, you do simple things, you keep flexibility for your firm, but at the same time, you keep things simple. So the less time you spend wrestling with the complex software, the more time you have to focus on what you do best, practicing law or any other professional services you are in. Got it? So you ready for the next benefit of the KISS principle? Number 4. Yes, number 4. Number 4 is keep networking simple, yet strategic. Let me explain. Again, if you have a question, please type in under here the video, and I'll be happy to answer. See, as an authority myself on business networking, I'm telling you, Networking is like building a web of connection, and simplicity is your secret weapon. Instead of spreading yourself thin, be strategic. Identify really key events, key organizations, especially at the beginning of the year, you have to do that. Key events, key organization that align with your goals, align with your target audience, and focus on genuine relationship rather than collecting business cards like they are Monopoly game cards or something like that. No, don't do that. Stop doing it. Because a few meaningful connections can open doors wider than 100 of thousands superficial ones. And there are many of them. So keep it simple, stay authentic, and watch your network flourish this way. And I promise if you do it even for several months, you see the benefit you can get to you and to your practice. It's again the KISS principle. We're using it in networking you're building. Again, for those of you joining now, thank you very, very much for speaking about the KISS principle and how to use it in practice. If you have any question, be happy to answer it. Put it in the chat and put your name and where you're dialing from so we all know you are with me again. And I can see that we're already over 56 countries from all over the world. I'm happy. Thank you for that. And stick with me. It's not going to be too long, but I want you to learn more things. So the next benefits where the KISS principle can boost the growth of your practice is number 5, make professional information accessible. People, you see, often feel overwhelmed by the professional world in general, and maybe the legal world in particular. So what you should do is break down those barriers by educating your clients. Maybe create a simple guides, simple frequently asked questions, or even video content that explain common legal processes or common legal issues. See, by empowering your clients with knowledge, you're actually building trust and demystifying the legal process. This not only position your firm as a helpful resource, if you want, but also make potential clients more confident in choosing your services above others. So the advice I give to almost every professional I mentor, and I even help them with my team to achieve it via our done for you services, this is exactly that. To do those things in simplicity, so when people see, they identified with you, with your brand, and you have reached your target client very fast before anybody else. You want another benefits to use the KISS simplicity in your practice? And I want to mention it in episodes. Number 6 is keep the conversation going. Keep the conversation going. So lastly, don't underestimate the power of feedback. Keep the conversation going with your clients, of course. Ask for the thoughts on your services and listen to what they have to say, because use the feedback to improve and refine your approach. Because a simple feedback loop, as we call it, can turn a one-time client into repeat clients, and as well as the compound effect, as you know, a repeat client and a vocal ambassador for your firm. And only when you keep it simple, you're listening to the feedback and, of course, applying what they ask you to do. And if you're interested, by the way, to learn how to achieve each of these benefits, send me an email and I'll be happy to help to even dive even further there. Again, if you have any question, now the time to ask the question, because I share with you 6 benefits to use the KISS principle in your practice. Now, I must admit that I was lucky to find the KISS principle more than 20 years ago by coincidence. But ever since, I always kept the KISS principle centrally in my practice, my business, in my mentoring, in my teaching, in my public speaking, everything I do. KISS principle is centrally located there, and even the venture that I do. Why? Because I hope in this episode that you learn, you to think about keeping things simple. And as we learned today, by applying the KISS principle to your law firm or to any practice you're in and your business development and growth strategies, you can create a more efficient and client-focused practice. Because simplicity in communication, simplicity in services, simplicity in your processes, simplicity in your relationship, in your networking can contribute to a positive reputation and sustainable growth over time. A good example of using the KISS principle that all of you should know by now for really massive growth and for integrating the KISS principle also into business practices is a company you all know, Apple. And Steve Jobs is the one said once, focus and simplicity. Simple can be harder than complex. You have to work hard to get your thinking clean to make it simple. But it's worth it at the end because once you get there, you can move mountains. So keep it simple, keep it smart, and watch your firm soar to new heights. Now, I want to see if there's any question, ask whatever. If you have any question, now it's the time to ask it before I will say goodbye to all of you. But again, go ahead, listen to it again, keep and implement each of these ideas. I gave you 6 ideas to keep the KISS principle in your practice to make it simple. And again, if you need any help in implementing it in your practice, or you want to dive more in, you just want to learn how to build your authority in your field and switch your existing connection to more client, more referral, more opportunities, this is exactly what we do for our clients, professionals like you and me around the world. We train them, we mentor them, and we're even doing the work for them by implementing the strategies in your practice. So all you have to do is send me an email or a private message via LinkedIn and to see how can I help you. Next week, we have another amazing top expert to discuss a new practical strategy to grow your practice and build better relationship, reputation, and referrals. And if you want to make sure you don't miss any one of our weekly Switch On interview series, follow me on LinkedIn or go to the Switch Hub website, which I'm going to share with you right away because you asked me last time, and I'm going to share it with happiness. Here we go. Let me push the button for you. So it's hub.theswitch.ch, hub.theswitch.ch. You can sign up and get there my business development strategies and tips. And you also can check and register to my new online courses and live workshop. And if you want, we have also the Switch community, which opened the gates again this year. And to go there, you have to go to Switch. There we go. Switch/don't.ch, hub.theswitch/ch is the Switch membership community where you learn more how to grow your practice and your brand on a weekly basis. We're sharing in things that they're not public. And you're very welcome again to send me a private message or an email to ask questions to see how can I help, how can I be of value to you and your practice. Okay, so I hope that's for you. Now I'm looking again to see if there's any question coming in before I will say goodbye to all of you. So again, thank you very much for being here. Thank you for sharing it. Again, we are into the new year. So I want to thank each one of you for joining us. Thank you for your time. See everybody next Tuesday, 6 p.m. Central European Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Time. And remember, now is the time to switch on and keep it simple and straightforward. Bye for now, everybody, and thanks for joining.